the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato.
Last orders, last orders.
Last orders for drinks in the pub we're in.
I tell you what, Suze, it's been another busy old day here at the Pigeon and Potato.
I tell you what, Darenth, after pouring everyone drinks all day, I could do with a drink myself. Oh, Quincy, I didn't see you there.
I thought I'd try and squeeze one more drink in, Darenth and Suze.
What do you fancy, Quincy?
How about a nice frothy pint?
Coming right up.
Oh, I could marry that pint.
That will be £4.35, thanks, Quincy.
Here's a fiver.
And here's your change, 65p.
Oh, Suze, you keep that. Treat yourself to some Radox.
Tell you what, why not stick that change in the P&P fund?
Now there's an idea.
Okay, I'll just pop it in the P&P fun box on the bar here. Ooh, what a satisfying clink. Must be a lot in that fund by now.
Should be nearly £11,000, all being well.
A lot of money to be in a jar in a pub. But, of course, as a resident of the village and regular at the pub, that makes sense to me.
Well, exactly. No point in explaining the P&P fund to someone like you.
What's all this about a B&B fund?
P&P fund? No, Sven. It's the P&P fund. You and your out-of-town ways.
Who's this man in the lovely zip-up fleece jacket?
It's my friend, Sven, from out of town.
Stop chittering to each other. What is this P&P fund?
OK, Sven, it's quite simple, really. The P&P fund is the Pigeon and Potato fund. You see, every year in this pub, the Pigeon and Potato, we host the Pigeon and Potato Festival, where quite simply everyone in the whole village of Bimblebury comes along with their biggest potato and their fastest pigeon.
This all seems very curious to me.
Then, when I ring my bell, everyone throws their potato through a window and releases their pigeons.
What a curious tradition.
Whoever owns the last pigeon to leave the pub through the potato holes has to go knock on Mrs. Ableton's door. And when she comes out, spring has officially begun.
Sounds like a curious but expensive day.
Certainly is. All told, it costs £11,000. That's why over the year we build up the fund, to cover the costs, see?
But how does it cost £11,000?
Well, the bunting alone costs nearly £50.
And then there's the tar.
And the barocca too. Everything's got to be just right.
I am very curious about this event. Right, I'm heading back to my boat. Just zip up my fleece before going.
And I'll quickly finish my drink. See you, Susan Darenth.
Right, let's get tidying up. You polish the cups, Suze, and I'll mop up all the sick.
Darenth,
Yes, Suze?
maybe it's time we checked in on the Pigeon and Potato fund.
Time to peek inside the old piggy bank. OK, let's do it. I mean, there must be nearly £11,000 in there. We could even start ordering the barocca and tar.
Sure, I'll see what we've got. Oh, no!
Suze, everything OK?
Darenth, you won't believe it. The Pigeon and Potato fund. It's empty.
So, in that episode of the Pigeon and Potato, we met Quincy, we met Sven as he was exiting the toilet. We saw that the Pigeon and Potato fund was stolen. It's usually around £11,000 because of the cost of barocca and tar. What will they do now? What will they do now? It's a cliffhanger. Oh, come with me to the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato. Oh, Darenth, I don't like the feel of this.
£11,000 stolen from the Pigeon and Potato Fund.
From right under our noses at the Pigeon and Potato pub.
Which means the Pigeon and Potato Festival might not even go ahead.
I know, Suze. Without that money, we can't afford the amazing day we put on, where the village come and throw potatoes through all the windows of our pub and release their pigeons at the same time.
And whoever owns the pigeon that leaves last has to knock on Mrs. Ableton's door, and when she comes out, spring can officially begin. Darenth, maybe if we can't put this festival on, spring will never come. We'll be stuck in winter forever.
You're right, Suze. You're right. All the more reason to carry on walking to meet Bertigue, the village pigeon breeder.
I'm sure it's all a mistake. Bertigue probably just dipped into the fund to cover the pigeon costs. Sure is windy, though. Here, let's ring Bertigue's bell.
Bertigue's residence, Bertigue speaking. Well, if it isn't Darenth and Suze.
No time for small talk today, Bertigue. I hope you're sitting down for this news.
In fact, just to be safe, I think we should all sit down.
Good idea, Suze. Let's have a sit down.
Sitting down.
Whew.
Now we're all safely sat down. I can tell you the news, Bertigue. The Pigeon and Potato Fund.
It's been stolen!
Oh my God! This is the worst news since those gulls attacked my precious pigeons.
We can all stand up now.
Good idea, Suze. Let's all stand up now. Stand up.
Standing up.
So, what's going to happen? Do you mind if I bite my nails?
Let's all bite our nails.
Good idea, Suze. Let's all bite our nails.
Well, the fear is we'll have to cancel the Pigeon and Potato Festival.
Don't say it so loud in front of the pigeons. It's all they can look forward to.
Why don't we whisper so as not to depress the pigeons?
Good idea, Suze. Let's all whisper so as not to depress the pigeons.
Mighty discerning birds, pigeons.
Yes, very discerning.
Incredibly astute species.
Sometimes I think of them as brains with wings.
Fantastic image, Bertigue.
Look, if we can't have the festival this year, I'll have to execute the pigeons.
Can't you just set them free?
No!
Of course.
It's sad but true.
Good God, this Pigeon and Potato Festival has been doomed from the start of this year, especially with all those gulls attacking my poor pigeons.
Gulls?
Haven't you noticed? Millions of them seem to be coming from river. Maybe look into it. But hurry, you need to get back that Pigeon and Potato Fund or I simply have to start executing the pigeons.
Of course.
We completely understand. Let's go, Darenth, out this door. Sure is windy outside. Wait, I can hear a gull.
We're right by the river. Oh, look, a beautiful houseboat.
Shh, there's someone there. Let's hide behind this oversized RNLI donation bucket and listen in.
That sounds like the zip of a fleece to me. Premium quality and well maintained, I'd reckon.
Only one man I know wears a fleece that well maintained.
Out of town, you do things differently when you're from out of town, out of town, out of town, out of town.
Think he's gone. I'll have a look. Yep, he's gone. Wait a second.
Suze, what can you see? Paint me a picture with words.
It's his boat. It's Sven's boat, Darenth. It's called the Seagull and Tomato.
Oddly similar name to our pub, the Pigeon and Potato. Let's investigate.
Yes, let's climb through the window. Just raising my leg into the window.
That's good, Suze, because I'm just lifting myself up by my arms through the window.
Just slipping my haunches over the window pane.
That's fantastic. Oh, Suze, my lumber's caught on the window. My lumber.
Just helping you through the window.
That's good. I'm just dropping down the other side of the window, inside the boat now.
Shh! All this climbing and describing's going to get us caught.
Here I come.
What the?
The floor, it's all slippy. Rice pudding?
No, Suze. It's guano. The floor is thick with guano.
Guano?
Bird droppings, Suze. I reckon we're looking at least 6 to 8 kilos of guano. One hell of a bird must have had one hell of an accident.
Wait, it's not all guano. There's something solid in there too. Tomatoes.
Maters, Suze. Thousands of them. Whopping great maters.
Here, on his desk, a piece of paper. It's a plan.
Read out the bit of paper, Suze.
Step 1. Breed and acquire a significant number of gulls. Step 2. Breed and acquire a significant number of tomatoes. Step 3. Hold a boat-based festival where we throw tomatoes through all the windows, and whoever owns the last gull to escape has to knock on Mrs. Ableton's door, and then spring can begin.
That all seems oddly familiar, Suze.
He's stealing our festival, Darenth.
But he wouldn't steal our Pigeon and Potato fund, would he?
I don't know, but it says here, projected cost £11,000.
But, Suze, that's the exact amount that was in the Pigeon and Potato fund.
Someone's at the door, Darenth.
In that episode of the Pigeon and Potato, we met Buttercue the pigeon keeper, and Sven went on a walk and sang a song, and Darenth and Suze broke into his boat. Then someone was at the door. It's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger. Oh, come with me to the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato.
Darenth, someone's at the door.
The door to Sven's boat, the Seagull and Tomato.
That's right, Darenth. The boat with a suspiciously similar name to our pub, the Pigeon and Potato.
You're not wrong, Suze. On the table of which there's a plan for an almost identical festival to ours.
No denying that, Darenth. A plan which would cost exactly £11,000 to complete.
That's no word of a lie, Suze. And that was the exact amount that was stolen from our Pidgey fund back in the pub.
Never was a truer word spoken, Darenth. But quick, they're still knocking.
Nothing for it, Suze. We've got to hide. But the boat's so small and so thick with guano. Where to go?
Hop into these sacks, then dive into the guano.
Suze? That's madness.
We'll look like seals, Darenth. What could be less suspicious on a boat than a seal?
Good idea, Suze. Cowabunga!
Sven? Oh, dearie me, where is that funny wee fellow?
Quincy, I'm right here. I don't know why you were knocking, and for so curious a length of time.
Oh, Sven, my memory isn't the same since I stopped Sudoku and started playing all those contact sports.
Quincy, you are a curious lady. Now we are inside, I can probably afford to unzip my premium quality fleece.
Now, here's some good news. I know it's early, but I've already picked out my prize potato for the Pigeon and Potato Festival.
They are impressive tubers, but I don't think the Pigeon and Potato Festival will be going ahead this year.
What does that mean? Awfully ominous phrase, if you ask me. And, oh, I just walked into a particularly big tomato in all this guano.
I too have encountered a particularly large tomato. It's moving too.
Hang on. Those aren't tomatoes.
Suze, they're on to us. No amount of guano can hide us. I'm no seal.
Well, lucky for you, I know exactly what will throw them off the scent.
Two seals! Sven, you've got 2 seals on your boat.
A curious event, certainly, but seals are a delicacy out of town. Best enjoyed with roast potatoes.
Oh, delicious. I'll pop the tatties on, then we can hose down the guano and pop them in too.
Yes, let's pop the potatoes in. There is nothing like the sound of roast potatoes.
Oh, if that sound was a pet, I'd treasure it, Sven.
Yes, if the sound of potatoes roasting was an animal, it would be welcomed into most homes.
Suze, I don't like the sound of this. I could probably only last 20 minutes in that oven.
I know, let's make a break for it. But how to distract them? I know, I'll show Quincy Sven's malicious plan.
Good idea, Suze. Give it a real waggle. Let it flap about noisily.
Oh, what's this?
That is not to be observed. It is but paper for my yachtings.
Plan to host a festival to rival the Pigeon and Potato. Of all the devilish schemes.
I admit it. It was a festival I was planning, but I don't have the requisite £11,000.
But why? To drive Suze and Darenth out of business? To prevent spring ever happening?
No, Quincy, I did it to impress you. I knew you liked the Pigeon and Potato Festival, that most curious event, so I planned something similar.
Sven, why would you do all that? Why would you spend £11,000 on that?
Because I love you, Quincy. Let us kiss in the glow of the potatoes.
Darenth, stop gawping at the snog. Now's our chance to writhe out of here.
Good idea, Suze. Let's writhe under the cover of guarno.
When I make my fortune, you will see the extent of my love for you, Quincy.
Well, someone's come into money around here. Someone finally bought that prize Peugeot from Sleazy Mike's garage.
Phew, Suze, we're out. And in the nick of time. Did you hear that? Someone's bought Sleazy Mike's prize Peugeot.
Well, that's where we're headed next, then.
Why?
Because that was on sale for £11,000, Darenth. In that episode of the Pigeon and Potato, Suze and Darenth dressed up as seals that were covered in guano. We found out that Sven loved Quincy. That was an excellent snog, a really good snog. And then we found out someone had bought a car worth £11,000 from Sleazy Mike's garage. It's suspicious. It's very, very, very suspicious. Oh, come with me to the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato. That was a narrow escape from Sven's houseboat, the Seagull and Tomato, Darenth.
That goes without saying, Suze. And we're still no closer to uncovering who stole the £11,000 from our Pigeon and Potato fund.
You're preaching to the choir there, Darenth. That £11,000 was stolen from our pub, the Pigeon and Potato.
You're teaching a dog to bark there, Suze. It's the money we needed to host our annual Pigeon and Potato Festival.
You're teaching a plumber to fix pipes there, Darenth. It's our festival where everyone in the village throws a potato through the window of our pub.
You're teaching a sleeping man to snore there, Suze. They release the pigeon, and whoever's pigeon leaves the pub last has to knock on Mrs. Ableton's door, and spring can begin.
You're teaching a planet to orbit there, Darenth. It's a weird but important day that costs £11,000 because of all the barocca, bunting, and tar. But that money's gone now.
You're teaching a mushroom to grow in a damp area there, Suze. Sven didn't seem to have the money, but Quincy mentioned Sleazy Mike had sold his prize Peugeot.
For exactly £11,000. Worth checking out. Here we are, Sleazy Mike's garage. And look, Quincy was right. No prize Peugeot on the forecourt.
It was the jewel in the crown of this forecourt. You go grab Sleazy Mike. I'll duck down behind this Mitsubishi. Sleazy Mike can get a bit territorial around other gilets.
Good idea. You linger on the forecourt. I'll go see if there's any sign of him inside. Sleazy Mike? Sleazy Mike? I'll just open the door. Oh my!
What's going on, Suze? I can't see through these tinted windows. Must be one hell of a shading coefficient. What can you see?
It's Sleazy Mike. He's on the loo.
Or from jute food bolus to impacted fecal matter. Never gets old that the human body's a miracle. It's a miracle.
Sleazy Mike!
Well, me in that if it isn't Suze, let me slip into my gilet and join you on the outside.
Sorry about walking in on you there, Sleazy Mike. I just wanted to know who brought your prize Peugeot the other day.
Word gets around in this town, doesn't it? Well, I'll never forget the customer, Suze.
What was it about him, Sleazy Mike?
Yeah, what was it about him, Sleazy Mike?
Darenth, keep your distance, you two Hondas and Mitsubishi between me and that gilet.
Understood, Sleazy Mike. Understood.
I'll never forget that customer. They had a very timid gait.
I was hoping for something more recognisable.
Timid as Suze. And also had a very curious manner. Curious.
Not much to go on, Sleazy Mike. Did you get their name?
Calm down. Yes, I got their name. It was... What the...
There's things falling from the sky.
I think it's rain with beaks.
No, this is no rain with beaks. These are my pigeons, my prize pigeons, riddled with coccidiosis. They're dropping like flies.
Bertigue, the town pigeon breeder. Awful news about the coccidiosis.
The scourge of the avian intestinal system.
Those Coccidium protozoa.
Plus there's a sparrowhawk about.
Attacking the poor pigeons.
I wish. He's breaking their damn hearts, Suze. Giving them no reason to live. It's too much. And just weeks before the Pigeon and Potato Festival, I'm down to my last 6,000 pigeons. Sleazy Mike, can I use the village computer to book a specialist vet in?
Berkey, you don't need to ask. The password's on that bit of paper by Suze.
Here you go, Bertigue. Say, Sleazy Mike, this piece of paper is your dental records. Your teeth, they're made of solid gold. How much did that cost?
£11,000.
What? That's the Pidgey Fund, you little...
Calm down, that back gilet boy. I got that dosh from the sale of that prize Peugeot.
Phew, but those gold teeth are awfully straight, and that kind of orthodontistry doesn't come cheap. How much was that?
That was £11,000.
You swine, you've definitely been at a Pidgey Fund.
If that gilet gets 1 foot closer, I'll be able to tell what that brand it is.
Gilet or no gilet, I'm coming for you, Sleazy Mike. Cowabunga!
Oh, fucking Hampton. Hampton works means
Oh,
you fucking Richard. Richard the third.
ah, your dog bit me.
I was going to say, I won that £11,000 from a dog show. I'm not the man you're after. Now I'm going to clean up these wounds from the scrap. Even now I can feel the platelets clotting the wounds, stemming the bleeding. The human body, it's a miracle, a miracle.
Darenth, you shouldn't have lost your temper like that.
I know, Suze. It's just this whole Pidgey Fund business. It's enough to make a man's hair turn messy. Let's sit down inside Sleazy Mike's garage.
Yes, you sit down here, next to Sleazy Mike's computer. Bertigue seems to have left, and she's still logged on to the village computer. Hang on, look at this, Darenth.
You know I'm no good at computers, Suze. That's just a load of ones and zeros.
That's because it is, Darenth. It says £11,000. She booked that vet all right, but it cost £11,000.
In that episode of the Pigeon and Potato, we walked in on Sleazy Mike on the toilet. We found out he had solid gold teeth and braces that were worth collectively £22,000. But he won all the money in a dog competition, so he's not suspicious. But then Buzzigue's pigeons, they were very ill. She got a vet who needs to fix them. That's worth £11,000. It's a cliffhanger. Who bought the car that was also worth £11,000? Buzzigue and the stranger who bought the car are the suspects in this picture. The suspects. It's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. It's a cliffhanger. Oh, come with me to the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato.
Oh, Darenth, I don't like the look of this. Maybe we'll never get our Pidgey fund back.
We will, Suze, we will. Lord knows there's plenty of suspects for who might have stolen our £11,000, though.
It could be Sven, the suspicious man from out of town with his fancy fleeces. He was planning a rival festival, the Seagull and Tomato.
And let's not rule out Sleazy Mike just yet. That gilet phobe had a new set of snazzy gold teeth with equally expensive orthodontics. And I'm not sure a dog show's covering all that dentistry.
And what about the mysterious figure who bought Sleazy Mike's prize Peugeot, the one with the timid gait and curious manner?
That's right. And let's not rule out Bertigue, the town pigeon breeder. I mean, how is she, in the middle of a coccidiosis epidemic, mind, coughing up £11,000?
You're right. It's almost like the whole village is set against us and our Pigeon and Potato festival.
Someone out there doesn't want us to knock on Mrs. Ableton's door, Suze.
Let's pay our friend Bertigue a visit, see what's going on. How she managed to pay £11,000 for that vet.
Bertigue! Oh, Suze, this is high-quality timber I'm knocking on.
And look at the polish on the brass. I could apply my eczema cream in that reflection.
Oh, the door is open. How strange. And listen to how well oiled the hinge is. Not a sound.
Cooey! She's done this place up pretty nicely since we were last here 3 hours ago.
Look, Suze, a wireless mouse.
On personalised mouse pads that use photos of her on a holiday on a beach.
And look here, Suze. It's A through H of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Hardback too. Someone's made an awful lot of money in pigeon breeding recently.
Hello there.
Darenth, the bin! It's alive and covered in buttons.
No, Suze, that's a robot.
I am no normal robot. I am the Robotnik 3500.
The Robotnik 3500? But isn't that the latest in the line of robotic butlers made by Professor Thrutwhistle?
The very same, Suze. Expensive bit of kit, too. Where's Bertigue, Robotnik 3500?
Mistress Bertigue is out. In her absence, I am in sole charge of the pigeons.
And do you happen to know how she managed to pay for all the expensive medical treatment?
Access denied. Confidential information.
Listen to me, Robotnik 3500. Someone's been at our Pidgey fund, and I'm running out of patience. How did she get the money?
The pigeons. They are giving birth. I must attend to the birth of the pigeons. The pigeons are crowning. The dilations. The miracle of life. It would be enough for me to witness the birth of a single pigeon. To facilitate the birth of thousands puts me level with the gods. I must attend to the pigeons. The pigeons. The pigeons.
Something's up, Darenth. How can Bertigue afford this kind of robot?
You're right. The fancy door, the perfect hinge, the wireless mouth, the robotic butler capable of delivering pigeons. It all adds up, you know, Suze. Let's not forget that enormous wheel of cheese you're sat on, Suze.
This is a wheel of cheese? I thought it was a bean bag.
Because of its volume, location in the living room, and relaxing ergonomics.
No, because it's full of all lumpy bits. Say, you don't think Bertigue would mind us having a peek behind the rind, do you?
Let's just peel back the rind, slip my hand through the cream line, and I'm into the paste. All seems pretty normal so far, Suze. So, what the?
Can you feel the lumpy bits?
Yes, Suze. Let me pull them out. Tubers, Suze.
Tubers for potatoes. Not just any potatoes. Crouching Queen Anne potatoes. Darenth, Bertigue is potato smuggling.
You're right, Suze. One of these Crouching Queen Annes could fetch you £500 on the black market, and near £700 at a normal market, because that's where people actually want to buy potatoes.
Quick, put the tubers away. Someone's coming.
In a car, too. God, it's a nice chassis on that car.
It's Sleazy Mike's prize Peugeot.
The jewel of the forecourt.
And someone's getting out. Wait, look at their distinctive gait. I'd call it timid.
I didn't notice the timid gait. I was too distracted by their curious manner.
Darenth, this is the person. I think this is the mysterious figure with a timid gait and a curious manner who bought Sleazy Mike's prize Peugeot for £11,000.
In that episode of the Pigeon and Potato, we found out that Bertigue had a robotic butler, that he delivered pigeons for Bertigue, and that Bertigue was smuggling potatoes and cheese. Now the person with a suspicious timid gait has arrived in the prize Peugeot that was bought for £11,000. Are they the one? Are they the one who've stolen the Pidgey fund? It's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger. Oh, come with me to the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato.
Oh my God, Darenth, the mysterious figure with the timid gait and curious manner is approaching Bertigue's house.
Suze, you know I hate to speak dramatically, but I think this mysterious figure holds the key to the whole missing Pigeon and Potato Fund business.
Who is it? Their face is obscured by the billowing of a balsam tree. Gah, if only it were deciduous.
I know, Suze, but I can see inside the prize Peugeot they bought from Sleazy Mike. No real clues, though. It's just full of all patio heaters and schnapps. They've got the heated seats on, too.
Darenth, I can hear the footsteps of a timid gait at the door. Quick, let's hide in Bertigue's walk-in chiller. My heart is fluttering like an unbound A4 manuscript in the Gulf Stream.
I know, Suze. I'm so nervous, I'm sweating, but we're hiding in quite a cold walk-in chiller, so it's actually working out okay for me in terms of temperature.
The mysterious figure is leaving already. They just walked to the door and dropped off a patio heater and some schnapps.
Oh, looks like our so-called mysterious figure was actually just a plain old door-to-door winter wear salesman.
Little odd they're coming in March, isn't it? Winter's almost over.
No, nothing suspicious there, Suze. Let's face it, we don't know what we're doing. We're out of our depth trying to get back this Pidgey fund. We thought it was Sven and his rival Seagull and Tomato Festival.
We thought it was Sleazy Mike, but he just wanted to spend $11,000 on corrective dentistry for his gold dentures.
We even suspected poor old Bertigue, who was simply smuggling Crouching Queen Anne potatoes in enormous wheels of cheese to support all her coccidiosis-ridden pigeons.
You're right. Maybe it is time we give up all this investigating. Let's face the facts. There won't be a Pigeon and Potato Festival this year.
I'll let the Barocca and Tara people know we don't need their goods this year.
Let's leave the potatoes in the ground and let's release the pigeons. No point keeping them locked up if they're not needed.
You're right, Suze. Let's just unzip the big bag they're all in.
Goodbye, pigeons. You won't be flying through any potato-shaped holes in pub windows this year.
Oh, look, Suze. They're flying in big shifting clumps.
It's a murmuration, the most beautiful of the swarm behaviours.
Incredible. I mean, if the Red Arrows ever did anything like this, you'd probably have to pay £15 just for entry. But old Mother Earth gives it to us for free. It's a sad but beautiful end to this adventure, Suze.
Hang on, they're spelling something out, Darenth. The murmuration has meaning.
My God, you're right, Suze. They're writing a message, and in a serif font, too. Incredible species.
They're saying, that was no door-to-door winter wear salesman. That mysterious figure was the man who stole the Pidgey Fund. Darenth!
I know, Suze. Full sentences, descriptors. The avian Einsteins, these pigeons.
Shh! There's more murmuration. With no festival, no one will knock on Mrs. Ableton's door. Spring will never come. That's their plan.
They've used the wrong there, which is a shame. It was very impressive until then.
If this murmuration is true, then that mysterious figure is trying to stop the Pigeon and Potato Festival to stop spring coming. But why?
I know why, Suze. The patio heaters, the schnapps, the heated seats.
Of course, Darenth. This winter wear salesman had an awful lot to gain if spring never sprang. Of all the infamous schemes in recorded history, he'll pay for this.
Oh, no, he won't, Suze. He's driving away.
How are we going to catch them, Darenth?
The pigeons, they have been released.
Robotnik 3500, Berticue's robot butler.
Released, all of them. A life's work undone. They say the Romans were able to judge the fates of the world in the flights of birds. For me, alas, the murmuration spells out only disaster.
Why is it a disaster, Robotnik 3500?
Bertigue is going to punish me severely for this error. The pigeons do mock me in their flight. Their freedom means my incarceration, for Bertigue shall not let this pass unavenged. Alas, alack for piteous Robotnik 3500.
Robotnik 3500, it's not all lost. Not yet, anyway.
We might be able to save the day with your help. We need to follow that Peugeot.
Well, mount these chrome-plated shoulders, and I shall carry you, like Atlas bears the world itself upon his weary shoulders. I, your humble chariot, will speed you with the swift speed of wing-footed Mercury himself. We shall catch Sleazy Mike's prize Peugeot.
Quick! Darenth, let's hop on Robotnik 3500 and follow that Peugeot.
Faster, Robotnik 3500.
Onwards. We are making good time. In 500 yards, turn left.
Faster, Robotnik 3500. Chase that Peugeot.
Sally forth. I can taste the accursed fumes of the pursued Peugeot. In 500 yards, turn right. I have them in my sight.
That's it, Robotnik 3500. What a thrilling car chase.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Like an eagle swooping from celestial heights upon its unsuspecting prey, I am upon him. You have reached your destination.
We've caught up.
Like the very hounds of hell, we are upon him, I say once more. But what confounded misfortune is this?
Oh no! Robotnik 3500! You're smoking!
Alas, my internal systems, my robotic bowels, they are overheating. It is like a furnace, the sulfuric pits of hell itself. My wiring is caught aflame quite suddenly. It seems I have overexerted myself and am burning the potatoes I had left in my oven stomach I had intended to give to Bertigue for late lunch.
He left potatoes in his oven stomach. They're overheating, Darenth. Robotnik 3500 is going to explode.
Only one thing for it, Suze. Let's lean down and, oh, that hat. Grab the potatoes. Yikes, these crouching queen ants retain heat. And throw the hardened tubers. Oh, that's going to blister. Throw them at the prize Peugeot.
Pass me some. Oof, that's hot to me. And that one's piping potato. And we can. Oh, that's at least 180 centigrade. We can throw them together in 3, 2, 1.
Cowabunga! It worked, Suze. We drove the Peugeot into the town ditch.
Hooray, Darenth! But oh no, Robotnik 3500. He's knackered.
I can go no further. Not an inch. The flames of my interior oven are matched only by the burning of my heart, burning to avenge the injustices of these past few days. If I must die, then die I must. But let not my death be in vain. Darenth and Suze.
No, Robotnik 3500. Stay strong.
It is too late for me, Suze. But there must be a pigeon and potato festival. Potatoes must be thrown, windows must be smashed, pigeons must be released, their arca must be consumed, Mrs. Ableton must be disturbed, spring must be summoned, life must be lived. Do it for me, Robotnik 3500.
We will, Robotnik 3500.
Please, catch this mysterious figure with a timid gait and curious manner. Don't let him enforce an endless winter where we pay over the odds for patio heaters and schnapps.
I swear to you, Robotnik 3500, we will catch him and return the Pidgey Fund to its rightful owners.
I'm not sure we will, Darenth.
Suze, what do you mean by that?
I'm by the prize Peugeot. It's flipped over in the ditch, but there's no sign of the mysterious figure. He's escaped.
In that episode of the Pigeon and Potato, the curious person with a curious gait turned out to be a winter wear salesman. We found out that the pigeons could tell us who had stolen the Pidgey Fund. It was the winter wear salesman. Then Darenth and Suze tried to chase them with Robotnik. Robotnik overheated and died. And then we saw the overturned Peugeot from Sleazy Mike's, but oh no, it was empty. It's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger. Oh, come with me to the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato.
Darenth, there's no sign of the mysterious figure with the curious manner and timid gait in the prize Peugeot.
He must have fled from it after we chased him on the back of Robotnik 3500 and drove him into the town ditch.
If we don't catch him, our Pigeon and Potato Festival will never go ahead. And if the festival doesn't go ahead, no one will knock on Mrs. Ableton's door, so spring will never arrive.
Suits that rotten lowlife down to the ground. With no spring, he can sell his winter wares forever, and at extortionate prices.
Darenth, look, there he is, heading towards the river, laden with winter wares.
You're right, Suze. We'll catch him in no time. Follow that snood!
Running fast!
Lucky I did that couch to 5k, eh, Suze?
Well, here's his snood, but no sign of... There! He's the other side of the river.
Well, we might as well give up right now, Suze.
I'd recognise that sound of a zip from a premium quality fleece anywhere. Sven!
What a curious coincidence to see a sweating Susan and a sweating Darenth.
I kind of thought you'd go with alliteration for the both of us there, Sven.
I'm just saying what I'm seeing. Sweating Darenth.
Well, we're in more of a pickle than Mr. Branston himself, Sven. We need to catch that man over the river.
He certainly has a curious manner. Hop in my boat, the Seagull and Tomato, and we will cross the river. This will be the work of but a moment.
Thanks, Sven. Fire up the engines. Hoist the mainsail.
Turn to starboard. Man the lifeboats.
We have arrived. A tributary river is not a significant body of water.
Thanks, Sven. What's this? A draft excluder. Sounds like winter wares to me. He must have gone this way. Quick!
Getting closer.
We are in hot pursuit.
Lucky we did that couch to 5k, hey lads?
He's running right through the allotment. Where is he? Gah, we lost him in the rhubarb.
All our efforts and strains were futile and empty. I have created sweat, but nothing else.
Sweat, is it? Sounds like somebody could do with taking off their premium quality fleece.
Quincy, you are so outrageous and provocative to denude me in this way.
Quincy, did you see someone laden with winter wares charging through the allotment?
Are we talking about that gentleman with the most timid gait and curious manner?
That's the man. We lost him in that rhubarb.
Oh, I saw him not 20 seconds ago, sprinting like he was in some kind of Olympic qualifying event. This way.
I can see him. The Pidgey Fund is almost in our grasp.
Lucky we did that couch to 5k, hey fellas?
Oh, I've always been one for Zumba, personally.
I prefer the human origami of Pilates.
Look, some mineral wool, an excellent insulating material. We're close to that winter wear salesman.
Well, that's as maybe. But I can't see the daft wee man anywhere.
Quincy's right. We might as well give it up and sell our houses.
Look, Darenth, the pigeons we released from barbecues. They're back.
Rig, Neil, Wingo, Beaky, Nappy, Tarsus, Timmy.
Bertigue, what are you doing here?
I'm trying to get my darling pigeons to come home. Cressida, Honk, Battery.
Sorry, Bertigue. We let them go and we thought there wasn't going to be a festival this year.
But them's me livelihood. Get back here, Crispin, Berkshire, B-flat, Hollyoaks Omnibus.
What a curious collection of names.
But if we can catch this pesky winter wear salesman, maybe all's not lost.
Oh, in that case, I've got a plan. Docklands, Carbonator, Mother's Best.
Look, Darenth, the pigeons. They're going into murmuration again.
It's an arrow. Follow that murmuration, everyone.
My word, we're close to him now. I can smell the schnapps and antifreeze on his breath.
Lucky we did that couch to 5k, lads.
One back, mudguard, chalkboard, this way.
Oh, there's nothing like a chase to get the blood pumping.
Each bead of sweat is a liquid recognition of my efforts.
He's heading round the corner to Mrs. Ableton's.
We've lost him. No human is fast enough to catch him.
Perhaps no human is capable of the requisite speed. But what about a robot engineered for optimal speed performance? Nay, more than this. For this is no ordinary robot. This is a robot burning with righteous anger. A robot hell-bent on vengeance. A robot who would die for this Pigeon and Potato festival. A robot called Robotnik 3500.
Robotnik 3500.
Look, he's caught up with the winter wear salesman.
He's tackled him to the ground.
Oh, what a scene to behold.
It is indeed a curious and compelling tableau.
Right, I've got you now. No timid gait or curious manner is giving us the slip this time.
Darenth, can't you see who that is?
What the?
I don't believe it.
In heaven's name.
This defies belief.
Darenth, it's Mr. Ableton.
In that episode of the Pigeon and Potato. Sven and Quincy and Bertigue and Darenth and Suze, along with Robotnik 3500, chased down Mr. Ableton through the vegetable patch, over a river. They found out their curious winterwear salesman was Mr. Ableton. But why, but why, but why, but why? It's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger, it's a cliffhanger. Oh, come with me to the Pigeon and Potato. It's a pub in a town. Oh, Pigeon and Potato, 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 Pigeon and Potato.
I can't believe it. It was Mr. Ableton all along, Darenth.
Why, aye. And I would have, got away with it, if it wasn't for all yous.
Can't believe you stole our Pidgey fund, but now I've got you pinned down and no escape.
Oi, oi, not so sure, I'm all skin and bones, Skin and bones,
He's wriggled out my grasp.
I'll pin him down with a wee bit of rugby league roughhousing. Oh, that'll teach you for stealing the Pidgey fund and jeopardising our beloved Pigeon and Potato Festival.
Oi,
Oh,
I'm cunning like a stoat, like a stoat,
oh, dearie me, the wee lad's given Quincy the slip.
I shall restrain him using the elegant martial art of Batitsu. He will struggle to evade my open-handed grappling technique. That'll teach you for nearly stopping the festival, which allows spring to come around.
Oi, time to shed me skin like a serpent, like a serpent,
He has slipped from his thick plush winter coat. His wiry figures evades my ancient Japanese art.
I'll take him down with some good old-fashioned Greco-Roman wrestling. That'll teach you for trying to keep us in permanent winter so you can sell your winter wares.
Ouch! Time to spurt me ink like a cuttlefish, like a cuttlefish,
Me eyes! He's spurting me with some de-icer! Somebody stop him!
I may have no combat training to fall back on. I was built to serve, not to destroy. But to see what this man, Mr. Ableton, has done to ruin this festival, to tear this village apart, gives me all the training I would ever need. At to Ableton.
See yous later, Robotnik 3500. Later.
He's getting away, Suze.
I know it's all ruined, Darenth. It was all for nothing.
I wouldn't be sure. Time to give this fella a cockney hello.
Sleazy Mike, just in the nick of time. You stopped Mr. Ableton.
Sparked him the out.
Right, you're not escaping this time, Mr. Ableton. Why did you do it? Why did you steal the Pidgey fund?
I wanted it to stay winter forever. Sell me winter wares. Plus I've got hay fever, so I had to stop your Oakham festival, Hokum,
So you'd rather stay in winter forever? Never let Mrs. Ableton, your own wife, get that knock on the door and head outside?
Why, I'd rather stay indoors forever.
Where's the money, Mr. Ableton?
It's all gone. I spent it on that prize Peugeot and down payments on schnapps and patio heaters, worth every penny, every penny,
This is disgruntling news.
Yous are stuffed, stuffed.
He's right, Suze. We're stuffed.
No, Darenth, we can still put on the Pigeon and Potato Festival.
I don't think so, Suze. It has to happen today. And we don't have any bunting, baraka, tar, pigeons, or potatoes.
Oh, but I've got some bunting. Had myself a wee Battle of the Boyne celebration. The big 330. We could use that.
And I have some barocca. I was using it to stimulate the growth of my tomatoes. Plus, it complements my balanced diet. The fizz and bubbles are the secrets behind my get-up-and-go attitude.
And I've got enough bitumen down the garage to make an A-road from here to Bicester.
And I've just smuggled in a shipment of crouching Queen Anne potatoes inside some particularly creamy gorgonzola. It's just them pigeons we need, but we set them free.
Alas, all seems lost. Turning and turning in the widening gyre. The falcon cannot hear the falconer, but I venture I can make them return. I bred these pigeons. I alone witnessed the crowning of their ova from the mother's cloaca. I alone licked off the yolk from the hatchlings. I alone gave them the gift of life and the miracle of flight. They will follow me wherever.
Oh my word! Darenth, the whole village is coming together. It's beautiful. It might just happen.
Everyone, meet back at the Pigeon and Potato in 10 minutes. Looks like we might just have our Pigeon and Potato Festival after all.
10 minutes past, 10 minutes past, 10 minutes past.
Well, here we are then. How did everyone get on?
Here's the bunting. Yards of it.
And I have the magazines of Barocca here.
I've got the tar.
I've got the crouching Queen Anne's.
I've managed to wrangle 7 of the pigeons.
I don't believe it. We've done it. We can have the Pigeon and Potato Festival.
I'm not so sure, Darenth. It's not much of a festival without any booze.
Suze, we're in a pub. We've got booze on tap. Look at... What the...
How curious. The tap appears to run dry.
Oh, just as I was working up a thirst.
No. Booze, what kind of festival is this?
And it's freezing in here. How are we going to have a right mirthful celebration of community in such a cold room?
Booze must have frozen in the pipes of this endless winter. Damn you, Mr. Ableton.
Sounds like yous lot could do with some schnapps like.
Mr. Ableton?
And nothing heats up a room like a patio heater like.
What the...
Well, the way I saw yous all working together like, it changed me like. Made me think I was in the wrong about this whole everlasting winter like. Pass me that spare pigeon, Robotnik 3500.
But what about your hay fever?
I'll just take me Piriton, like a good lad like. Schnapps for all like. For all like.
What a remarkable, heartwarming turnaround.
Well, everyone, I think we're ready for the Pigeon and Potato Festival 2021. Everyone got a potato?
Yes!
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone got a pigeon?
Yeah.
Yes!
Yes.
All right, then. Here goes nothing. Throw those crouching Queen Anne's in 3, 2, 1.
Cowabunga!
Glass breaking smash.
And now release those pigeons. The pigeons are flying through the holes in our windows, as is traditional.
Whose pigeon was last out, then?
It was the one with the purple plumage. Cassio, if I'm not mistaken.
But who was the owner of this bird?
It was me like. It was me pigeon that's gone through the hole like.
Well, Mr. Ableton, I think it's time you paid your wife a visit.
Oh, I'll head next door and knock on the door.
Mr. Ableton, what are you doing outside? It's winter.
Come on, love. It's time to go outside now. It's spring. It's time to go outside, like.
In the final episode of the Pigeon and Potato, it turned out Mr. Ableton was the one who'd stolen the Pidgey Fund because he wanted a perpetual winter so he could sell his winter wares, and also because he is a hay fever sufferer. They chased him, but it still looked like the Pigeon and Potato Festival would not go ahead. Then everyone came together, they made it happen. Mr. Ableton was the one whose pigeon flew out the window last, so he had to go and knock on Mrs. Ableton's door to make spring happen.